So we've seen Icarus storms, bears, crafting mechanics, mammoths, polar bears, and even tremors.
Up on your roofs! They jump through the floor!
What more could Icarus have left in store for us for its final beta weekend before launch? Well, the devs just gave us a sneak peek of what we can expect, as well as the exact time the beta and date this weekend will go live. And it's given us much to speculate on, so let's get to it.
Player 2 has entered the game.
Now, if Icarus news, guides, and gameplay really tickles your schnitzel, consider subscribing. We have so much Icarus content planned, and if you're here, you want to be in the loop. All of my videos are also timestamped so that you can skip around at your own convenience. Now, let's hop right into Beta Weekend 7 sneak peek. So, Shamgod, the RocketWorks marketing manager, started with, Beta Weekend 7 is going to be a different experience than prior beta weekends. Instead of testing out new core features or systems, we'll be hosting some community events and giveaways to celebrate you, the players, for your effort over the last 6 beta weekends. So what I gather from this first bit here, you should first of all be expecting nothing new. Other than one new aesthetic feature we're going to talk about here in a second. There's no new missions, no new tech tree unlocks, just a focus on community gameplay and giveaways. Now, based off of how gameplay in Icarus runs, I'm very curious as to what community events are going to look like. So far, you can only fit up to 8 players in a prospect at one time, so the community event options are really limited to whatever you and your squad can accomplish, whether that's who can complete a specific mission in the fastest time, or maybe something like the most bears killed over the weekend. Now, for giveaways for these events, key giveaways would be a great idea, as it wouldn't really cost the marketing team anything, and it would give a lot more opportunities to bring new players into the game, as the winners could invite their friends or do giveaways on their own communities if they're content creators. Shamgod next says, we'll be bringing back classic missions you've already experienced, but with all the tweaks and improvements we've delivered over the last 3 months in place. So I'm not really sure if this means all prior missions will be active in their own prospects for this weekend, or if they're just going to have like a pre-selected group of missions, whether that's because they're fan favorites or they will, as I mentioned previously, function in accordance with the community events. We'll also be hosting competitions for our most creative prospectors and a massive giveaway for our community members. Our new photo mode tool will come in handy for showcasing your builds and vistas. So this is the new feature I brought up earlier. This week we'll be introduced to photo mode, which as a content creator I'm super stoked for. It'll make for a great addition to this type of game, and it'll allow for much better visuals of things like base builds, especially the bigger ones. And because they mentioned that the photo mode will come in handy for showcasing builds and the vistas, alongside saying that there's going to be competitions for creative prospectors, I would expect base builds to be a big part of the community events this weekend. So once more info comes out on the photo mode and all of its micro features, I'll make a video on that for my Bob the Builders out there. Now, this sneak peek is closed out with, while this is all happening, our team will be putting the final touches on the game. We're really pleased that so many players have reported better optimization and stability each beta weekend. We're under a month away from launch and we couldn't be more excited. So I have to say here that I hope the majority of players have seen the game's optimization and stability improve over the last few weekends. But personally, I've had about the same experience every weekend when it comes to these factors. Now, it hasn't been bad, but nothing's really changed. Have you guys seen any improvements in these fields? Let me know in the comments below, or hop into our Discord. We have tons of Icarus players discussing and playing each of these beta weekends, so that's the best place for you to be. After that, I recommend looking into these other Icarus news clips to not get behind on the info coming up for you right now.